Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the Soto district of Seattle. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Seattle Seahawks. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40.
At their own 41-yard line.
First play and a first pass coming for Darnold. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And that certainly could be a sign of things to come because they're blitzing to start this ball game, and it works for them there as they force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10. As Shaheed going to go in motion. Here's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down Seattle on a pickup of 13.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Complete to Rashid Shaheed. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Packers' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells their offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Walker is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
They motion the running back out left. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Touchdown, Seahawks. Zach Charbonnet from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Jason Myers.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down and 2. Love looking to throw it. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over in that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
And he is going to have a Packers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Love, they go play action now. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs running left. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Right side to Watson. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 4th down. Love from the gun. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Seahawks are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag?
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
They'll try for the first with Walker. First by him near the 35. And this will be a Seahawks first down as the tackle made here at the 36. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Darnold. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Kenneth Walker, 63 yards. And the Seahawks lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And I think we're all starting to wonder with this early deficit, what will that do to their play calling? Do they feel like they have to be more aggressive? Because they're throwing to start the drive here, but it winds up incomplete.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Love. And that is incomplete.
With a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Now Love. Same target. It's Jacobs again. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing. Love. A short throw to Musgrave. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
The coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on fourth. They're going to try a second time. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 30. Is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one.
13 yards.
And that's a big pickup of a first down. And you know that all week, both sides of the ball, offense and defense, are going through every situation. And in this case, the offensive guys had the right play dialed up because defensively, you work on fourth down situations as well.
And deflating for the defense. They can't get the stop here.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Again, it's Love. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time, they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
A short throw to Musgrave. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So that as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
A gain of 4. It's now second.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Here's Love. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. And he knew he was going to take a shot in the pocket. He did, but he also found a way to get it into the end zone.
And that has to ease the pain a little bit of the shot he took, didn't it? Being able to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
Packers 7.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Seahawks take over.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field.
26-yard
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Intended for A.J. Barner. Incomplete. Keyshawn Nixon on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Darnold. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
It's Kingsley Enagbari finding a way in to bring him down.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey.
Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going up top for Kupp. And that'll be incomplete as it's knocked away. But a penalty flag is down. So who's this going to be on?
So since that last play got nothing, they'll go ahead and decline the penalty. And that forces a 4th down situation.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Yards on the punt there. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. In motion goes the tight end.
He's back to throw here to start the drive.
Throw left side is complete to Reed. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
That's a nice throw there, and he's obviously feeling pretty good because remember, he had a touchdown pass on the last drive, and here he comes out throwing again, and they wind up getting good yardage and a 1st down right out of the gate.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw now. Here's Love.
Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
It's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Love now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
And they're on 3rd and short. They just tried to spread the field. It worked.
And I think that the spreading of the field, the extra receivers, has really become the next in the evolutionary chain in the NFL. Go all the way back in that situation, you're handed to the fullback, right? As we evolve, maybe you pitched it to your tailback. Now you spread the field, and you have your choices of where to throw it and complete it for a 1st down.
Ernest Jones.
Running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Intending for Luke Musgrave. Incomplete. Devin Witherspoon on the coverage.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Love. That is caught. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Play fake. Here's Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
Jacobs is going backwards here. Well, they come in and drop it all the way back at the 4-yard line.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate. They end up letting them through, and they ended up tackling him for a loss.
On 2nd and goal. Love. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Love will sneak it. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level.
Now McManus for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And his throw is incomplete.
Intended for A.J. Barner. Incomplete. He was covered by Xavier McKinney.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. The shotgun snap for Darnold. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. To the air again, Darnold. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and this is what we saw there. A nice pickup for a 1st down.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a really nice play, be able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Now it's Darnold. Smith and Jigbo hauling it in on the out route. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 18.
It's a gain of 14.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves to James.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 12-yard line.
A pitch comes to Walker. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Darnold. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. So nothing doing there. And it'll be 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Myers' kick is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
Myers now converted on the field goal try. Now he's on to kick it away. Oh, able to avoid him. And he returns this to the 22. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. A little bit of flip the script. Quarter 1, they struggled. Quarter 2 here, they put things together. And I guess sometimes, Charles, you just come out and you have to get your feet underneath you in a ball game, right?
That's exactly right, because every now and then you don't come out of the gate as fast or as strong as you want to. Sometimes you have to ramp up into it or take a few hits along the way and figure it out. And that's what they've done so far. Slow start, but now they're starting to put it together.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
They only get 5 out of that quick slam, but that's good enough for a 1st.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up second down.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 37-yard line.
To the air again, Love. Will get this underneath to Jacobs. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Two yards still to go. 3rd down now. Love from the gun. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
First down. A gain of 5. First down, Green Bay.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. Working out of the gun. Love.
A short throw to Musgrave.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Love looking to throw it. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
And the Seahawks offense going to get one final possession in this first half. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here.
14 seconds, all that's left to this first half as they come up on 1st down. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. Nifty move. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Off the play fake, Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd down at a yard.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try to chip someone at the second level.
5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. Second down, Jacobs once more. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 26.
In every game, teams are looking for that momentum shift, and that run there, the offense feels like, hey, maybe we can get something going, but defensively, they've slowed them down the entire game. They don't want to turn into more. They're going to try and figure out a way to take it back on this next play.
Love will sneak it, and he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
A 43-yard attempt.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will tie things at 17 all. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but it does draw them even.
Yeah, and that has to be job 1, doesn't it? A touchdown definitely would have been nice. We know that. But here, you get back on even terms, and now you've got most of the second half to try and get yourself into a position to win.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game, but Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want, but on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Jackson Smith and Jigba, the one he was after there. And it's third down.
Edgerrin Cooper on the coverage.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on third down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10.
At their own 26.
He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive.
Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Boye Mafe got through the line like a knife through butter. He buries him for a loss.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third and 3. As Shaheed going to go in motion.
Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8. Darnold now to throw.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, he's got a man open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Packers.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
2nd and 7. And they'll send Watson in motion right.
They just do get the play off. Love going to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Love. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
On now is the Packers punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
The Seahawks again now ready to take over on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Play action. It's Darnold. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Seahawks first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Off of play action, Darnold.
Now he's going to step up and run.
He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
3rd and 5.
And Darnold just beating the play clock.
He completes this to Walker.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Loving the Packers now with a 1st and 10
at the 20. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The corner blitz pays off there as they sack him for a loss of 5.
The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served, just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
3rd and 10.
Third down and 10. Love now. That is caught. And he is going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Gain of 18. That's good for a Packers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
2nd down, Jacobs once more.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
But pardon, if the defense isn't going to adjust and they keep giving them those 5, 6, 7-yard runs over and over, they're likely to run it the whole way to the end zone. They'll be more than happy to take the yardage available and save some of their other plays in the playbook for another time.
That's taken in by Watson.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
2 yards.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8.
Throwing. Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. Short completion, just 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Defensively, they were in the 3-4, and that O-line just dominated the D-line there.
Let's go with a verbal telestrator here because that D-line has a nose over the center, and it has the 2 defensive ends over the offensive tackles. That means the guards don't have anyone over the top of them. That creates a natural bubble inside where they sprint upfield, take on the inside linebackers, and if the back hits it fast enough, there should be space to run. Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure You don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
He's into space past the 25.
And finally down at the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Play action this time with Love. Over the middle, it's complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Christian Watson.
A 5-yard touchdown.
And the Packers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Packers 24, Seahawks 17.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Oh, good move. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And out now come the Seahawks.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete.
I think you put just a little bit too much heat on that one. When you throw it to the outside, you do have to be careful because you got to keep it away from the defender, but you also have to give your own guy a chance too.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Wide open receiver, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
Well, this offense hasn't been at their best here. They've made some mistakes. They've been frustrated. They've been largely shut down. But then you look up and say, wait a second, this is a 1-score game. So they're still very much in this, and they're on the move here with a 1st down.
And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43.
57 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
They'll find Shaheed out to the right.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting Like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a first down.
Broke the one tackle, but couldn't spring himself free.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
And that one will skip out of bounds as the linesman will mark this thing right at the 15-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers.
Josh Jacobs, 84 yards. And the Packers use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead.
And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Well, the ball now going back over the Seattle Seahawks offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
25 yards there on the catch and run. And a good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
Now Darnold.
This one goes underneath to Walker.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Back to throw, Darnold. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
And for Darnold, this may be a free play. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Following the penalty, it's 1st and 5, and you got to think offensively, all kinds of options. Darnold to throw again.
Setting up the screen here. This is Walker.
It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's Walker.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
End zone caught. Seattle. Cooper Kupp from 3 yards out. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long, because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense, because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 4.
Love looking to throw it. Throw right side, hauled in by Dobbs. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Love. And we'll find the open man. That's complete. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
On the option, Love will hang on to it.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Now Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Jacobs.
And he has a Packer first down, and that should be the one that finishes the script.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory.
And say what you want about Lumen Field here in Seattle, but for my money, this is the loudest and most difficult place to win in the league when you're on the road.
It's very hard. The fan support, off the charts. The way that they make noise and understand when to make noise, they understand the game as well as anyone. And how about what we get in our media packets when we start preparing for the game? They have it in their own stuff, right? The number of offsides penalties, false start penalties that they draw against the opposing team because of that fan support. And last but not least, they designed the stadium to keep the noise in, and it works.
But not in this one. They were able to somehow come in here and get that victory. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.